Good morning friends. A very important circular 18/2022 has been issued by the CBDT on 13th of September 2022, further clarifying various doubts which had arisen apropos the circular 12/2022 dated 16th of June 2022 in the matter of TDS under section 194 capital R on benefits and perquisites and matters related thereto. In this video, we would analyze in three parts. First, those clarifications on certain questions which have been added to the clarifications already made in circular 12/2022 of 16th of June 2022. The second are those issues which trade and industry is facing which have not been clarified, and the third issue are those which are related to GST and the matters of 194 capital R which would impact the GST liability of the taxpayers which deduct or which are leviable to section 194 capital R. So, an understanding or a quick brush up of 194 R. It is a TDS which is required to be deducted at the rate of 10% by any person, which provides two things: benefits or perquisites to a resident. This TDS has to be deducted or paid before the provision of the benefits or perquisites. There is a threshold exemption of 20,000 rupees per person for the TDS to be deducted, and it is not applicable on individuals or HUF with a business turnover of less than 1 crore rupees or professional receipts of less than 50 lakhs of rupees. So, this TDS very clearly is on the value or aggregate value of the benefits or perquisites provided by a person to a resident. First and foremost, a very important caveat in this circular is that in this circular is only for the purposes of clarifying and removing hardships on the deductibility or otherwise of TDS under 194 capital R. However, it would not impact the disclosure or taxability of the income of the recipients of the benefits or the perquisites. So, this is very important, and hence whatever we clarify or discuss from here on is to be regarded only from the point of view of TDS under 194 capital R. First issue is that in case the benefit or perquisite provided by one person to other is in the nature of a capital receipt for the recipient, would TDS under 194 capital R be leviable in that case? It was clarified that yes, TDS would be leviable. One need not see whether the recipient would declare it as a capital receipt or not. However, it is now clarified that in case of a loan waiver scheme by a bank, scheduled bank, cooperative bank, public financial institution, state financial corporation, certain NBFCs, certain public limited companies, which are mentioned in this circular 18/2022, to the extent of waiver of loan, TDS under 194 capital R would not be applicable. However, it is important to note that this exemption which is provided by means of this circular is not applicable for any person other than those which are mentioned in this circular. Hence, it is not applicable in case there is a waiver of loan by one private party to another. The other major issue which was discussed in question number 4 of circular 12/2022 has been further elaborated, and there are certain doubts which we will discuss are not clarified still. So, it was provided that discounts in the nature of sales discounts, cash discounts or rebates would be regarded as a benefit or perquisite by the provider to the recipient of the discount. However, these three discounts, that is sales discount, cash discount or rebate, would not be liable to 194 capital R TDS. However, in case there is a provision of incentive or target based discounts or target based foreign trips or any other trip or free samples, etc., this should not be regarded as sales discounts, cash discounts or rebates, and the provision of these would be liable to TDS under 194 capital R. Friends, a very important question emanates apropos our discussion with various field officers in this regard. Various field formations are taking the view that a discount means only a pre-sale discount. Those of you who are dealing in GST, they would be very well versed with this concept. So, in the opinion of certain field officers, that discounts which would not be regarded as perquisites or benefits as per circular 12/2022 would be only those discounts which appear on the face of the invoice, that is, they are pre-sale discounts. What about post-sale discounts, which are passed on by means of credit notes? We all know that under GST, section 15 subsection 3, certain post-sale discounts are passed on by means of GST credit notes, and certain post-sale discounts which are not predetermined, they are passed on by means of commercial credit notes. Certain field officers are of the view that any post-sale discount credit note would be a benefit or perquisite in the hands of the recipient and would be leviable to 194 capital R TDS. Friends, the question is that in case this would be considered as benefits in income tax, then would it be recognized as a supply under GST because it would appear in the 26 AS form? Would it be not allowed to be taken as a deduction from the purchase value, but would it be required to be disclosed as a income, and hence would it be required to be disclosed as a supply? If it would be required to be disclosed as a supply under GST, what would be the classification? Would these discounts partake the nature of the original supply of goods or services? If yes, then what would be the rate of the GST? Would it be the rate which would be applicable to the original goods or services, or would it be some other rate? This is a very important issue and this requires to be clarified by the CBDT or the CBIC. In our view, this should not be regarded as a benefit or perquisite, and TDS under 194R should not be leviable on such discounts, because a post sale discount also remains a discount. However, let us wait for a clarification in this regard by the CBIC or CBDT. The next issue was for question number 7 of circular 12/2022, which clarified that in case of reimbursements where the bill for the reimbursement is in the name of the original recipient, that is the principal, then TDS under 194R would not be applicable. In case the bill is in the name of the agent or the service provider, then TDS under 194R would require to be deducted by the service recipient when making a payment for these reimbursements. Now they have rightly linked it to the concept of pure agent under GST. To explain by means of an example, say there is a consultant of income tax who goes outside the city and attends a hearing and charges his consultancy fees along with reimbursement of hotel stay in that city. Now, in case the hotel bill is in the name of the service recipient, that is the company, then the GST ITC would also be taken by that company itself, and the TDS under 194R would not be applicable in that case. However, if the hotel bill is in the name of the consultant takes the ITC under GST, then the TDS under 194R would also be applicable while making the payment of these reimbursements to the consultant. Similar analogy would apply in all these cases. Now, in case of a contractor's bill or any other bill where TDS under 194C or 194J or any other section would be applicable, then it is clarified that TDS under 194R in that case would not be applicable. Another major issue was under question number 8 of circular 12/2022 in the matter of dealer or customer conferences. The issue which was clarified that in case a dealer or customer conference has a leisure component, that is, if the dealers or customers are taken for a foreign trip and a conference is held there, which is not in the nature of a conference for education purposes. What is education purpose has also been clarified in that circular. So, in case non-education purposes conferences are there, then they would be leviable to TDS under 194R. However, in case education related conferences are there, even then 194R would be applicable on the leisure component. What is the leisure component? It has been explained that in case there is a prior or a post conference stay, then that would be considered as a leisure component, and TDS under 194R would be liable to be deducted on such leisure component. However, it is very practical that whoever attends a conference, either he comes one day before the conference or stays one day post the conference. Now, this practical issue has been taken into consideration and it has been clarified that there is a relaxation for one day visit before the conference and one day stay post the conference. No 194R TDS would be applicable in such cases. However, in case there is a valuation issue, in case the manufacturer who is holding the conference, if he is not able to determine the value per customer or dealer for these conferences leviable to TDS under 194R, then a unique solution has been provided by this circular, that the said person who is expending on these conferences, let him not take the deduction for such expenditure, and he would not be considered to be an assessee in default. So, then there is no question of TDS deduction in those cases. So, friends, by this the CBDT has actually clarified that, gentlemen, valuation is your problem. However you want to value, please find out a factor on the basis of you want to distribute these expenditure on various dealers or customers. Certain other issues have been clarified. First is, in case there is a provision of a capital asset like a car as a benefit, then the recipient has to offer the value of this car as a income for taxation purposes, and depreciation would be eligible to the recipient of this capital asset, for example car, on the deemed value which is offered for tax. Also, another clarification that TDS liability under 194R would not be applicable to recipients on whom the United Nations Privileges and Immunities Act 1947 is applicable, or other foreign consulates, embassies, trade representations from foreign countries, etc. These are the various additional clarifications or removal of difficulties as per Circular 18/2022. There are many other issues under 194 capital R, as we have discussed one of them, the discounts or rebates in the nature of commercial or GST credit notes. We expect that there would be some other clarifications in this regard by the CBDT or CBIC. For these, please stay tuned. Thank you very much. Do like, share and press the bell button on this video and channel for maximum dissemination of knowledge. Thank you very much.